Welcome to the Valmika Property Investing Podcast. I'm JP, your host and the founder of Valmika Buyers Agency. With my background in investment banking, I'm here to share Wall Street tips and secrets for building a top 4% property portfolio. Let's dive into the world of property investment together. The topic of this week's podcast is something that we're very passionate about at Valmika Buyers Agency, and it's something that we excel at. So very proud to share some tips and tricks that we use, and it's titled The Art of Negotiation, Mastering the Deal in a Competitive Seller Market. First, we're going to discuss understanding the playing field, give you a few pointers around that. Then we're going to show you what your negotiation powerhouse strategy can entail. Then we're going to go into some communication tips, and that's on the art of persuasion. Then lastly, we will tackle advanced negotiation tactics and give you a few takeaway pointers. So let's get straight into it. Understanding the playing field. Before entering a negotiation arena, thorough preparation is paramount, obviously. And I always like comparing this to professional sports. So if we look at last year's Rugby World Cup, you will see that the coaching staff have 14 analysts. They analyze every single player. They analyze the coaches of the other team. They analyze the refs. And this all comes from businesses. This is a strategy used in professional businesses. So as my role as a investment director in a fund manager, we use these type of strategies to give us a edge over the market, a competitive edge. And one of these is understanding the playing field. What does this entail? Market analysis. Scrutinize recent sales of comparable properties in your target area. This establishes a firm grasp of fair market value, empowering you to make informed offers. Just remember, to become a good negotiator, you must have a strong factual basis. And the reason why we say this is because if you have some strong facts, you can't argue against facts because facts are facts. And as a result, it gives you that much more of a powerful platform to launch a negotiation off. Secondly, and this is a broader topic, and that's the seller motivations. Just remember that when you go into purchasing a property, as a buyer, the odds are actually stacked against you in Australia. One reason for this is because there's a shortage of property, so there's a lot of buyers that you're competing with. And now, because it's becoming a lot more competitive, there are a lot more buyers agents. So you need to have a competitive advantage over them. And that's where we feel we've got that because we come from the professional investment space in the fund managers from the $7 billion funds, and we use those strategies. So going back to seller motivations, you are working against not only the seller, but the seller's agent, and of course also the auctioneer. They are all employed by the seller, and it's got yourself that you've got on your own that you go into negotiation with, along with that you're competing with not only the seller side, but all the other buyers and buyers agents that are coming into it. So you need to be really well prepared. And to do this, you must do your due diligence on the seller. So you must understand the seller's reasons for selling. And this can be a game changer in your strategy. For example, are they on a tight deadline or they're seeking a quick cash sale? Also understanding the demographic they're from and understanding the businesses that they are involved in can give you some greater insight into their motivations. And this can be very good for using it in your negotiation strategy. So you can actually tailor your offer to their needs and this significantly strengthen your position. Secondly, your due diligence around the seller's agent. Understand how many properties they are selling a month. And do they sell them at a quick turnover rate? In other words, they're not that conscious of getting the most value out of them, or are they opposite where they do push to get squeeze every cent out of it? Because this will definitely change the approach that you have when you negotiate with them. Okay, so moving on to the negotiation powerhouse. What we use is a few tactics that give you an edge when it comes to other buyers, and that comes to being prepared and prepared in the eyes of the seller and the seller's agents. So what's paramount is getting a pre-approval. So securing a pre-approval, this is with regards to your debt package, and this comes from the lender, demonstrates your seriousness as a buyer. So this assures the seller that you possess the financial muscle to close the deal swiftly. Investing is all about confidence, and this comes on the other side that you are facing when you're looking to acquire the property. If they get that confidence in you that you're able to move swiftly and that you're serious, this can put you in a lighter standing stance when it comes to other buyers who still need to get that or still need to get a few things approved in order to move on acquiring the property. Secondly, you must look at crafting a compelling offer beyond just the price. So while price is undeniably a key factor, a truly compelling offer goes beyond just a dollar figure. So this is what I mean by it. Being flexible. So demonstrate your adaptability by offering a closing date that aligns with the seller's needs. Consider waiving certain contingencies subject to conditions, like building inspections if you can, and to expedite the process. Or if you get these all lined up quickly and do them in a manner that doesn't hinder the timeline where you can execute on. This will give confidence to the seller. And then obviously, when you're in this, you need to know when to walk away. So never get swept up in a bidding war that exceeds your budget or comfort zone. So you must establish a clear walkaway price and stick to it. This maintains your negotiation leverage and prevents emotional overspending. A tech that we can use as well to encourage a seller to go with us when compared to the competition is what we call waiving your right. So a lot of the laws in the States, in Australia, give you a cooling off period, but as a negotiating tactic that you can use to keep in your back pocket is to waive this 2-week time frame so they know it's a done deal. The next section that we will speak about under this topic is all got to do with communication. And the way you communicate is the art of persuasion if you're good at it. Obviously, this takes practice and experience, but this is what I mean by it. So when you are negotiating, project confidence. If you maintain a confident and professional demeanor throughout the negotiation process, this inspires trust in the seller. Also, don't be shy to highlight your strengths. Emphasize your pre-approval status, your strong financial position, and your ability to close quickly. Advertise that because that's what can actually get you over the line when it is a hotly contested property. And of course, don't forget to always have respect and collaboration. So you must maintain a positive and respectful tone throughout the negotiation. Remember, the goal is to find a win-win solution for both parties. So here's another advanced negotiation tactic that we can use, and this is only something that I recommend you do when you've got the confidence and the ability to structure this properly in a legal document. So here's one, for example, escalation clauses. So this is a clause that automatically increases your offer to a predetermined amount if another buyer outbids you up to a specified limit. There's obviously checks and balances that you need to put in place here. So you don't want to have this clause and then increasing your price for the sake of taking the other side's honest opinion, saying that they've received another offer. You want that see that other offer in writing to consider it. So there are ways to structure this in a legal document that are important. As I've mentioned before, all these strategies that I've mentioned to you is you've got to practice. You're not going to be good at them off the bat. I know that you can't buy properties every week, but you'll find that when you are looking to purchase a property, you'll probably go through a few negotiation rounds, especially if you're in a seller's market. So if you don't have the confidence to do this yourself, obviously would recommend hiring a professional such as us in the buyer's agency. We've used to negotiating on deals with hundreds of millions of dollars, lots of experience, and we've got a few other tricks up our sleeves that we use to get our clients a significant discount compared to where they could purchase it themselves. And a lot of it's got to do with the way we negotiate. I hope this was informative and you valued this podcast. As always, if you would like me to discuss another topic, please send me an email to info@valmikaproperty.com or leave me a comment below. See you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of the Valmika Property Investing Podcast. If you're interested in our services, please visit us at valmikaproperty.com. Remember, the content shared in this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. For personalized financial advice, always consult your trusted financial advisor or professional. See you in the next episode.